The champagne glass slipped from my hand when I heard my wife laugh. Not the soft laugh I had fallen in love with 12 years earlier. This was louder. Crueler. The kind of laugh people used when they wanted everyone in the room to know that someone else was beneath them. I stood near the back of the ballroom, wearing the same inexpensive black suit I had worn to countless charity dinners, while my wife, Claire, stood beneath a wall of golden lights surrounded by executives, investors, and people who had spent years trying to impress her. Tonight was supposed to be her night. She had just been appointed CEO of the largest technology company in America, a company valued at nearly $20 billion. And nobody in that room knew that I owned it. Not even Claire. For 3 years, I had deliberately stayed out of the spotlight. I had never cared about expensive cars, private jets, or seeing my name printed in newspapers. My father had built the company from a tiny software firm into a global corporation before he died. But before he passed away, he made me promise something. Money should never become the reason people forget how to be human. I promised. So I kept my ownership private. I lived in an ordinary house. I drove an 8-year-old SUV. I wore inexpensive clothes. And I quietly funded scholarships, food banks, children's hospitals, and shelters through anonymous donations. Claire used to admire that about me. At least, she used to. That changed when she started climbing the corporate ladder. She began telling people I was between careers, then taking some time off. Eventually, she stopped explaining me at all. At dinner parties, she introduced me as her husband with an embarrassed smile. Tonight, she didn't introduce me. She didn't have to. Everyone already knew who she was. Claire Bennett. Someone shouted from the crowd. The room erupted in applause. Claire lifted her champagne glass. To new beginnings. Everyone cheered. I smiled. I was genuinely happy for her. Then one of her colleagues noticed me standing near the wall. Claire, isn't that your husband? She turned. Her expression changed instantly. Oh. Just one word. Oh. Then she smiled. Yes. That's David. A few people looked at me. Claire laughed lightly. He's not really a corporate person. The room chuckled. I felt heat rise into my face. I could have corrected her. I could have told them who I was. I could have called the chairman, standing 20 feet away, and asked him to announce the truth. Instead, I simply smiled. Congratulations, Claire. She walked toward me. Could you please stop standing there looking so ordinary? I stared at her. Ordinary. You know what I mean. No, I said quietly. Actually, I don't. She glanced around. This is my biggest night. Please don't make it awkward. I looked at the people surrounding her. Then back at her. I wouldn't dream of it. She walked away. I stayed. A few minutes later, a waiter approached me. Sir, would you like anything? Just water. The waiter smiled. Of course. He returned moments later with a glass. As I took it, I noticed his hands shaking. Are you okay? He nodded quickly. Yes, sir. You don't look okay. He hesitated. My daughter is sick. I lowered my voice. What happened? She needs surgery. Insurance won't cover everything. I looked at him. How much? He swallowed. About $40,000. I took out my phone. What's her name? He looked confused. Why? Because I want to remember who I'm helping. His eyes filled with tears. Emily. I stepped away and made a call. Send $40,000 to Emily's hospital account. The waiter stared at me. Sir. I put my phone away. Take care of your daughter. He grabbed my hand. Thank you. I smiled. Don't thank me. Just be there for her. I didn't notice Claire watching from across the room. She had seen everything. But she misunderstood it. When I returned to the ballroom, she approached me with an irritated expression. What did you just do? Nothing important. You gave that waiter money. His daughter needs surgery. Claire shook her head. You can't keep doing this. Doing what? Giving money away like you're some kind of hero. I stared at her. I'm not trying to be a hero. Then stop acting like one. She turned toward her friends. Then she said the sentence that changed everything. Honestly, everyone, this is what I deal with at home. My husband thinks being generous makes him important. The group laughed. I felt something inside me go completely still. I looked at Claire. For the first time that night, I wasn't angry. I was simply tired. I walked toward the exit. Behind me, someone called my name. Mr. Carter. I stopped. The chairman of the company was standing there. His face had gone pale. Sir, we need to talk. Claire turned around. Why would you need to talk to him? The chairman looked at her. Then at me. Because he is our majority owner. Silence. Complete silence. Claire's smile disappeared. What? The chairman stepped closer. The company is legally controlled by David Carter Holdings. Someone whispered, that's him. The chairman nodded. Mr. Carter owns 71% of the company. Claire stared at me as if she had never seen me before. But I interrupted gently. Claire, there's something else you should know. She couldn't speak. The board didn't appoint you CEO because I wanted to embarrass you. Her eyes filled with tears. They appointed you because you earned it. She looked at me. You knew. I've known for months. Then why didn't you tell me? I took a breath. Because I wanted to know whether you loved me when you thought I had nothing. Her face crumpled. Nobody laughed anymore. I continued quietly. I never needed you to love my money. I needed you to love me. She covered her mouth. I was wrong. Yes. I'm sorry. I know. She stepped toward me. Can you forgive me? I looked at the woman I had once loved more than anything. Then I remembered the waiter. His frightened face. His daughter. The promise my father made me make. I realized forgiveness wasn't about pretending someone hadn't hurt you. It was about refusing to let their cruelty turn you into someone cruel. I forgive you, I said. She began crying. But that doesn't mean we can go back to the way things were. She nodded. I understand. I turned toward the chairman. One more thing. Yes, sir. Keep Claire as CEO. Everyone looked shocked. Claire stared at me through her tears. You still want me to be CEO? Yes. After tonight? I nodded. You earned the position. Don't lose yourself trying to keep it. She cried harder. I walked out of the ballroom. Outside, the night air was cold. My phone rang. It was the hospital. Mr. Carter? Yes. Emily's surgery has been scheduled. The payment came through. I smiled. Good. Her father asked us to tell you something. What? He said he hopes you're loved as much as you've loved his daughter. I looked up at the city lights. For the first time that night, I smiled without pretending. Because I finally understood something my father had tried to teach me years ago. A fortune can buy almost anything. Except a good heart. And sometimes the greatest wealth isn't the money you secretly own. It's the kindness you leave behind in people who may never even know your name.